Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notification.
Okay guys, how are you doing? I hope you're doing well. Welcome to our YouTube channel. This is a full tutorial video about Django CRUD application. This is application which involve about 4 application which are create, read, update and delete in Django. In my previous tutorial, I taught you an introduction of class-based Django, class-based view, CBV in Django, how we can inherit them, and how we can use them in a project. So in this video, it is continuity of my previous tutorial where I taught about Django class based view. So in this tutorial we are going to create an application which can enable us to add data, view, edit and delete. Right here, as you can see, this is how our final web app should look like at the end of tutorial. But before we go to the demonstration, let me tell you the main parts of our tutorial. Part number 1 will be about creating a model and a form. These are the Django Bootstrap based form. In part number 2, we'll create a main HTML page plus creating views for rendering HTML page. In part number 3 of this video, we'll deal about inserting data into database, which is create. Part number 4 will be viewing or reading data from database. Part number 5 will be editing or updating data from database, and the part number 6 will be deleting of data from a database. So this is a full tutorial where all operations are carried in a single video. We'll have about our video will have about 6 parts. So in this introduction, I'm giving you just a brief introduction of how the project is and a demonstration. So here we go. Here, as you can see, this is our main interface. As you can see here, there is add button. If I click add, right, I'm being redirected to a page where I can fill in a form and submit. But let me go back. Never mind, this was application which had just the appointment of people. So there were about phone number, names of people, and a time to make appointment reminder in Django. So once I click add, I can fill the name of a person who have appointment. Let's say someone called Moses have appointment. So let me fill in Moses. Phone number is 4444. Time, what is the time of time or date for appointment, so as our system can keep the information, right? Then after here is time zone. I can choose maybe Pacific, US Mountain. Once I click save, you can see appointment successfully created. So this is how we can create data and save them into a database. That is functionality number 1. Functionality number 2 is reading or retrieving data from database. Once I click view, you can see the name of appointment is Moses. These are the information. Once I click back, I'm back at the main page, right? Appointment name is Moses, so I want to update appointment name to be Motek. So click on edit, then appointment name is Motek, right? Once I click update, you can see appointment name is Motek. but also I can delete. I'm asking the system ask a user, do you want to delete? Yes, delete, or no. If no, you can click that button and being redirected to our CRUD app main interface. But if you want to delete, you can hit this button. Now you can see data is already deleted. So this is just a demonstration of functionality of our Django CRUD app, which include creating, read, update, and delete. So in a next part of this tutorial, we are going to create a model. Yes, we'll deal with creating a model and creating Django Bootstrap based form, which is this is Django Bootstrap form for collecting information and submitting it to the database. So stay tuned and be careful, right? Okay, as I've told you that in a first part of our tutorial, we are going to deal with creating Django model and creating Django Bootstrap form. So here we go, right? So first of all, I didn't pass you through my project so that you can see the structure of a project before we move on, right? So this is my project. It is called the ML, right? And these are the files. This is Django application on which I'm dealing with views, URL, models, and the forms, right? In media file is folder for storing uploaded file and the files to be downloaded, but we are not dealing. Actually, our tutorial does not concern with what is media folder, how it is used, and so on. So that's it. This is SQLite DB, which is our database, and Bootstrap model form, it is just application I installed which deal with Django pop-up Bootstrap form. Also, we are not dealing with it, but what I needed to give you is to show the structure of my project folder. So this is a project root project folder. In app called the comment is what we are dealing in. Comment, there is a templates folder which stores all HTML pages, right? And here there is a static files for storing CSS file, JavaScript, and images, right? And yeah, actually that is just an introduction of my project structure. I needed to give you a project structure because I didn't started to create a project from the scratch. What I know that you are a Django beginner or intermediate, so you know how to start a project to create app. Django admin start project ML, Django admin start app comment. So you know such things and how you can make some few configuration in settings.py about base folder, static files, and so on. So that is introduction about our project structure. So we are going to tackle a first part of our full tutorial, which is creating a model and creating a Bootstrap Django based form. So here, as you can see, this is model. I just open it with Sublime, right? So the first thing to keep in your mind is that make sure some important important models like this from Django.db. Import models. Don't import this and this and this, just import the first line, right? Okay, so we are going to create a Django model which is named as tech, right? So class tech bracket models dot model semicolon. Then after I start to specify the table column, right? As we everybody know that model is the same as table. So first name is equal to models dot field. Then we need to specify the max length, which is 100. So let me copy this, then I paste it here. So in first name here we're gonna have last name. After last name we are going to have course name. So let's say this is Django CRUD app for storing student information. So course name, course name. After course name, let's put year of study. So year. Control S to save the changes. Then bracket return yes, something like that. So Control S to save the changes. Then after, let's go to make migration, right? So Python manage make migrations. Python manage make migrations. Then after, Python manage migrate, to make sure what we have specified in models.py are written in a database. So after doing that, we can run our server. Actually, after that, we are going to create Django. We are going to create Django Bootstrap form. So before you create Django Bootstrap form, make sure you have installed the Django Bootstrap form and added the Django Bootstrap form in installed the app of setting.py. Let me show you. Here I open setting.py. So here you can see here there is Bootstrap model form, Bootstrap Django from Bootstrap. So make sure you install this and add it in uh, in add it in install the app, right? Also you can install Bootstrap and install widget underscore tweaks, right? So that is after making sure that you have installed the Django form and a widget tweak and added them in install the app inside the setting.py, it is a time to create a form, right? So here I go in comment, which is my app. I open forms, make sure you import this from django.forms, import model form. After that, from comment.model, we need to import our model, which is text, right? So that is our model, it is called the text. After that, I can copy this form, right? I can copy this form, then customize with our own form underneath. So here is customer form. So let me give a name that this is tech form. This is tech form. So here tech form. Tech form, here is first name, last name, here is last name, after that course name, then after year of study, here we can specify our model, which is tech. After that, fields which we need to use in a form. Once a form is called, what are the fields we need to deal with, right? So here let me put a first name, last name, course name, and a year. Course name and a year, right? That's it. So Ctrl S to make sure the changes are saved. Just to remind you that this is form made up of widget, this one. That's why I've told you to install this widget. Install it and add it in install the application. Unless otherwise you won't get a form as a form I'm getting, or as a form you think you'll get, right? So this is actually an end of first part of our tutorial, whereby we have dealt with creating a model, which is tech, making migration to the database, and creating a form, right? In a next part of our tutorial, we are going to deal with creating HTML and rendering, creating views for rendering a main web page, right? So we are going to create a form like this, and a button, right? And in the third part of our tutorial, we'll make sure the button works. So we'll implement action for creating data or for adding data into a database. So this is part number 1, and we are going in part number 2 of our tutorial. Actually, after dealing with part number 1 of our tutorial series, which was creating model named as tech and creating a Django Bootstrap form, it's a time to create a HTML page and a view for rendering our main web page. I mean to render a page like this, right? So here we go. Let's go to start with task number 1, which is creating a view. So go in a project folder, right? I open views.py with Sublime text editor, and here before we go to create our Django view, we need to import our model, which is tech, right? So these are my model in my app. So for your case, just import tech from model, import tech. Don't import YouTube files, Pelcon, student and appointment, because you don't have this model. Just import tech, right? Then after you can import less, and you must import generic, because we are using Django class based view, and the Django class based view are from Django.views import generic, right? So here is where we get create view, detail view, delete view, update view, and the list view. So in a second part of this tutorial, we are going to deal with the list view. We want to get the list or to retrieve all information from a model, right? That's it. So don't forget to import this line from Django.views.generic, import list view, update view, delete view, detail view, and create view. After that, the next thing you need to do is to import form. In a first part of our tutorial, we created a form which is tech form. So here, just import it. Right, don't import customer form and student form because you don't have these forms. Just import tech form. After that, we are going to create our view, right? We are going to create our view, which is student list view. So class student list view, bracket, as I told you that we are dealing with list view. List view is class based view in Django. So what we do here is just to inherit it and add our custom information so as we can use list view. So it is already created with Django. So I was checking if in my views.py there is another view named as student list view. So nothing. There is no another view named as student list view. So here Our model is tech, right? And the template name come from our app, which is comment, then tech list. Should it be tech list, student list? Let me name it student list, tech list. Let me take the name of a model, right? So tech list. .html, right? Then context object name is students. It is students, right? Then after, what else? Paginet by we might need pagination due to growing number of students information. So paginet by, we can paginet by 4. Then here we can create a function get query set bracket semicolon, then return. We need to return tech, which is a name of our model, dot objects dot order by, bracket ID. I want to order student information according to ID. So what I do is to Control S to make sure the changes are saved, right? So here I go in URLs, and here I put a comment that this is student information views. Right? So let me copy this. I just want to copy this and paste it here. So here it is S list, student list, and here is not appointment but student list view. Then here it is student list, right? Then the last thing we're gonna do is to create a HTML page, right? As here we have shown that student list renders HTML page from comment, which is up, and the name of HTML template is tech underscore list. So what is tech underscore list? Let me open templates. This is tech control list. I have created it so as we can actually save time, but also a main intention of Django is to deal with backend. I know you know how to deal with HTML page, which is front end. So sometimes, or most of the time, backend is much more important than front end. That's why I have already created it to save time. Then I'm going to paste it here, right? After that, I open it with Sublime, right? So before we carry on with retrieving all information from tech model, I'll tell you a short description about extending. Here, as you can see, extends comment based.html. What does this mean? Let me open base.html, right? You can see this is base.html. After the last two lines of base.html is block content. What is done here is template extending. We want to inherit, right? So take list inherit base. As we know that actually the content of base.html is just a navigation header. So we don't want to create a navigation header in each HTML page. Everybody know that navigation header never change, it remains the same. Footer of a page or website never change, it just remains the same. Why can't we create a single base.html and a single footer, then after we extend them, we just inherit. Whenever we want to use them in any HTML page, we just call it. So this is what has been done here. So base HTML is extended by tech underscore list, right? So this is for loading static file. Block content is the content of tech underscore list. So here I can say list of students. Here I can say Pelcon system, right? After that, this for message in message is just for displaying alert message once a specific or a certain action is successful or failed. So all information will be shown here under this div, right? So here, as you can see, this is a table, which is Bootstrap table. As I told you before that uh, the main intention of dealing with Django is to deal with backends. So I know you have basics of HTML. You can create more beautiful HTML tables than I, right? So what I'm going to touch or to pass through is Django backend. Also, never mind about this HTML page, and some pages have escaped to create. Some stages have escaped, like creating an app, creating project, making some setting. Never mind, I'll put the link below my video description, and you'll be able to download the source code from my Bootstrap account, right? So what I need you is to listen very careful so as you can understand why do we create a form, why do we paginate, why do we loop in HTML page. That's it, right? So here I'm going to write if condition, right? Here, as you can see in my views, context object name is students. So once this view runs, all information will be returned in a variable named, it is variable like, or it's like a dictionary which carries a lot of information or all information from tech model, right? So what we need here is to check if our view has a successful returned information from tech form which stores student information. So here we go. So if students, So if students, this means that if data are returned by student list view, what are we going to do? We are going to make a for loop to retrieve all information of a table. So for students, in students, here we can start with for loop dot counter. For loop dot counter. Right, after that I want to retrieve student name. So that is for retrieving student first name. Another information is student last name. Another information is student course name. And last information is year of study. Year of study. Also here we can update student name. Student name, first name. Oops. Let's just put first name, last name, last name, course name, course name, and year of study. Right, after that what we need is to cross. Right, I want to cross for and if. Right, so end for and if. And for and if. Right, but before we end for we can put else. Right, but let me show you. Let's go and put, you can see the URL path is as list. So let me go here, let me copy this and paste here, specifying as list. You can see because we don't have information, we get a blank table, but this is not a good way for a developer to to display blank table. What does this mean? User might know that there are information but are not retrieved, while in a table or in a model there is no information. So we need to put else. If else no information, right? So here in text list, before we end for, we can put else. Else span, then strong, no information yet. No information added. So let me Ctrl S to save the changes. After that, let's refresh our page. Right, you can see no information added. But yeah, it's something like this. But what I wanted it to do is to tell a user that user can see a blank table but should know that there is no information, right? No information added. What if else information is present? So let's try to create information by using Django shell, right? So Python manage shell, something like this. Shells is shell. So here, after getting Django shell, let's import our model, right? So from comment dot models, from comment dot models import tech. So now I have imported tech. What I can do here is a is equal to tech, right? Then after a dot first name is Motec. A dot last name is Noel. A dot course name is CS Computer Science. A dot year of start, let me say is, let's say Motec is studying third year and is doing his project, right? So a dot save, we want to save information in a database, right? So let me exit. Right, after that, let me launch this server and refresh our page. Now we can actually see here there is a first name, last name, course name, year of study, and action. So let me make some. Now you can see we are in our second part of this video. We can retrieve information from tech model, right? So let me do something here. I want a table to look nicely, so let me remove last name, then refresh this page. At least now we can clearly see. So here there is first name, course name, year, and action. But why don't we see the number? Why don't we see the number here? Let me do something here. For loop dot counter, Control S. Now you can see this is student 1, right? So actually this is an end of the second part of our tutorial in CRUD application using Django, but we can still add some more information by using Django shell to see how our table will look like. So let me import from class, from comment, which is my app dot models, import tech. Import tech, right? Then b is equal to tech, right? B dot first name, is equal to Linda. B dot last name, is Bill. Bill. B dot course, name, is information system. Let me say IS. B dot year of start, B dot year of start. This is the second year. B dot save. Right. Also we can C is equal to tech. We can still add some more information by using Django shell, but also this is an opportunity for you if you had never came across how to add information in Django model by using Django shell. So this is how we do. C dot first name, is Jackson. Jack. C dot last name is Jin Juan C dot course name. Jack Juan is software engineering, so SE. Year of study is, this is young man is first year. C dot save. Right, then exit. We just need only 3 information to make our Django CRUD app look beautiful. After learning a server, let me refresh our page. Now you can see these are the information I have added by using Django shell. These buttons don't function, right? We can't edit, we can't delete, right? So it's looking awesome. So this is code app. Actually, as I've told you that this is an end of the second part of our tutorial, where the main task was to create a view for rendering HTML page, creating HTML page, and looping in HTML page to retrieve information from tech model, which the model specifically for storing student information. So in the next video, which is next video, in the next part of our tutorial, we are going to make this button work, right? So we are going to add information or to create information by using Django Bootstrap form. As I remember, we created the form widget form in the first part of this video. So in the next part, which is part number 3 of our tutorial, we are going to use a form we created in the first part, creating a view and enabling this button to work, right? So let's get prepared for the next part so as we can create information. Okay, this is third part of our tutorial, Django CRUD app. In the last part, we dealt with this main web page, creating view for retrieving names of students, but also we inserted data in Django database by using Django shell. So in this tutorial, we are going to deal with create, right? How we can load a Bootstrap form. We created it in a first part, activate a button and allow user to submit information in our Django model, right? So here we go. I start by creating a view which will be dealing with creating of for creating view for for taking information from form and submitting. So the name of class is class student create view. Then we needed to pass success marks in message success marks mean message mixing. Then create a view. So here we go. The model we are dealing with is tech. Template name is comment / tech form. HTML. Then another is form class. I need to specify the form class. Form class is the form we created in the first part of this tutorial, which is tech form. After that, we need to specify the success URL, which is reverse res. We mean that after user to create or to register name of student should be redirected in a main web page, which is student list by name, right? Then we need to set success message, which is the message displayed once a user is or once a student is successful created. So student successful, let's say added, right? Then after, I'm going to update URLs. So let me just copy this, then I paste it here. Or so here I can say new list. I can say new list. Here is student creative view. Student creative view, and the name is new list. Okay, after that I needed to deal with tech form, right? So after creating a view and specifying URL, it's a time to deal with HTML. So let me open this, let me copy this and paste it in. Then let me open it to customize. Yes. So this is load Bootstrap tag for loading Bootstrap form base. As I told you in a last part that this enables tech underscore form to inherit base.html. Then after here CSLF is for protecting cross-siting request forgery in Django. This is back should be student list. Here, if not object.pk save means if there is no any data submitted by primary key save, but if data is fetched um, from a database, we need it to update. So after that, I control S to save the changes. Then I go to this path and list to see how my form is looking like, right? So here, let me copy this, then I paste it here, then new list, new student. Now you can see how beautiful our form is looking like. First name, last name, course name, and the year of a student, right? Let me try to fill in information, then submit to see what is happening. So the first name is Ava. Last name is Crow. Course name is TE. Let's say Ava is taking computer engineering, and the year of studies, she's studying second year. So let me click save to see. Now you can see student successful added, and here you can see Ava telecommunication engineering second year. So that is how to create in Django. So we have actually covered the create. We'll deal with read, update, and delete. So this is still CRUD in Django, and this is part number 3 of our tutorial series. So this is a main page which lists all names of students paginated by 4. Let me try to click add, nothing. So let me open this is nlist. Let me open tech list and I add some link here, that nlist. URL nlist. Then I control S to make sure the changes are saved, right? Then after I back on my browser, I refresh it. Once I click add, I'm redirected it in a page for adding user. So let me add another user. This is the Moses. Let me copy. Last name is Moses. Course name is computer security, which is CIS, and year is second year. So let me add student successful added. Thank you. Here you can see there is a pagination, right? This is pagination. So actually this is an end of our third part of our full tutorial about CRUD operation in Django. In the next part we are going to deal with view. So we are going to activate this button so as we can nicely fetch and we can nicely see information from a database, right? So this is the fourth part of our full tutorial of Django CRUD application. In a last part, we dealt with how we can add the information and yes, how we can add the information. So in this part, we are going to deal with how we can clear view, how we can clear read. We started with create, so now is read. So we want to read, to view information, right? So how are we going to do this? So we are going to do it by 3 steps. Step number 1, create a view. Step number 2, add the path of a view in URLs. And the last part is creating our HTML page, right? So here we start with step number 1. So here I create my view, which is student. I can write student read view, student detail view sounds better, right? Detail view, model is equal to tech, then template name, comment is tech detail, okay, tech detail. Then I'm coming back uh, here. Let me just copy this. So here I can say is student list read, right? Read student. Here is student detail, then is lady list. Control S to make sure I save the changes. Then after, let me open let me cut this tech detail, then I paste it inside, open it with Sublime text editor. Here name is object.name, so let me copy this. Object.first name, so I can say student name here. Student name is object.first name. Object.first name, then detail of student, right? Then after here, first name. So here I can say this is first name, last name, then let me paste it here. last name. Then another thing we need is course name. You need a course name, so let me paste here. It is course name. After course name, I need what else? A year of study. So here I can say year of study. I Control S to save the changes. Then back. Where should you use a back after reading information? User should back in student list, a page where all students are listed. So here I Control S to save the changes. Then I open. Let me open tech form, tech list to add a link here. So on view here, view, I should add this ready student. I Control S to make sure the changes are saved. Then after, I'm back on browser to refresh. So this is our main page. I refresh it. A list no argument found. What is happening? Okay. Control S to save the changes. Then let me click view. No argument found. What's happening? So here it is student.pk. Then I save. After refreshing this, everything is okay. So let me click on view. Now you can see student name is Demoses, and these are the details of student. You can see first name is Demoses, last name Demoses. The course name is Computer Information Security, and the year of study is second year. If I click back, then I'm back in list student, which are the list the name of student. Let me click on Ava. You can see student name is Ava, first name Ava, last name Crow, course telecommunication engineering, year of study second year, then a back. So actually this is an end of party. This is actually part number 4 of this full tutorial Django CRUD application, right? So far we have covered the create and the read. So this is read. So in our full tutorial of Django CRUD app, we have remained with 2 parts, which is update and delete. How we can update information in Modo by using update view, which is crusty based view in Django, and how we can delete information from Modo by using Django detail view, which is Django class based view. So Actually, get prepared for the next part, which is updating of our information in database. After dealing with part number 3, which was a view, is a time to update. So create, read, update. We have deal with create and read, so it's time to update. So when we come to update, we'll use a model form we created from class. Yeah, it's model form we created in a first part, but also we'll use a template and we'll create a class based view. So here we start with view. So open views.py, then class is equal to student update view. So here is success message mixing, then update view. Here what I need is to specify the model, which is tech. Else I need to specify form class, which is tech form. Also I needed to specify template name, which is comment slash tech update, then success URL is equal to reverse res s rest, then success message. Data updated successful. Then I Ctrl S to save the changes. After creating a view, then I go to URLs. So let me copy this, which was similar with a last app. Then I paste. Here is edit list, student update, and here is edit list. I Ctrl S to save the changes. Then the last part is to not actually deal with HTML page, because HTML form we used it to insert information in a database in the same form, same HTML file we are going to use when updating. So no need to write, it's just to copy and paste. Here you can see this content is very similar with for a form for inserting information, but here is if no object then save, else update. So let me Ctrl S to save the changes. Let me try take list. Let me put link here. URL, edit list. Yes, then student.pk. Okay, so let me try to click edit. What's wrong? Let me refresh. Everything is okay. Edit. Template does not exist. Tech update. Let me back in my view. It's tech update dot HTML. So let me refresh. How the magic is. Now you can see here we can update. So the first name is Moses. Course name is CIS. So let's say Moses is taking telecom, then update. A list no argument. What's wrong? URL. Let me see. Okay, back. Let me refresh. Find. Oops. Excuse me, I'm dealing with I was dealing with a different app, you know. So here we go. Let me click on edit. Yes, back. Let me click on edit. So Moses is, let me say Moses is taking software engineering. Let me see. Here is not a list, it should be S list, then Control S. Let's say Moses is taking software engineering update. L list 5, no argument. L list no argument. Let me see what's happening. Let me close this. Tech update, open. Okay. Here is S list. Control S. Tech list. Edit is L list. Student.pk. Nothing is wrong, man. What's happening? Let me see my view here. Reverse is S list. Control S to save the changes. So retry. Now it's okay. Data updated is successful. Now you can see Moses is taking software engineering, right? So this is how to update. You can see this is Jackie. She is taking software engineering. So let me edit Jackie for her to take CIS, which is computer science and information security. Data updated. Now you can see Jack is taking computer information security, right? So this is how we can update information in Django by using class based forms or model form. They are model form, right? So actually this is an end of party number 5 of this video. In the last part, we are going to deal with how we can delete information once it's no longer needed. How can we delete information from Django model? Well, this is a last part of our tutorial, Django CRUD app. In a previous tutorial, we are dealing with how we can update information in model by using model form. So now is the time to delete, right? So here I'll start by creating a function which is student delete view. Student delete view, then success message mixin delete view. Yes, then here I specify the model. The model is tech, template name. Template name is comment / tech delete .html. Then success message is data deleted successful. Reverse URL. Okay. Reverse res s list. Control S to save the changes. Then go in URL. I'll just copy this. Then I paste it here. So this should be student delete zlist student delete, then zlist. Let me put x. X means cancel or delete. Yes. Then let me go to my HTML page, confirm delete. I just copy this, I paste it here, I rename into tech delete. I cut it. I paste it in, open. So here is student name, which is first name, detail of student, message. Are you sure you want to delete detail of student, first name? No. If no, should be redirected to our main page. Let me Ctrl S to save the changes. Yes, back here. So I refresh, nothing. What should be done in the last is to add a URL. Here, xlist, then student.pk. Ctrl S to save the changes. Then after refresh your page, everything is fine. So I want to delete student demoses. Detail of student demoses. Are you sure you want to delete detail of student demoses? No, I just tried the delete button. I'm back in a list. What if I want to delete other? Yes, delete. Now you can see it's fine, right? So this is Django CRUD app. Create, read, update, and delete. In a demonstration, I showed you this app, right? So you can see they have the similar information, but some input fields of the form are different. Also, their model are different. So this is our final output after some minutes of following this tutorial from the scratch. I'm really happy. Personally, I have enjoyed it to share this information to you, but I don't know if this is a little handful information or little handful lesson for you. How do I know? Just put comment, likes, more subscription to know that this lesson have added value for you. Nothing more to speak, just to say thanks for watching. Hit subscription. See you in the next video where I'll keep on uploading Django tutorial, Python, machine learning, artificial intelligence, and so on. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.
Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notification.